Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And today we're back with another Dungeon Hunter Champions video sponsored by Gameloft. And today I want to talk to you guys about how to start building towards a free-to-play Elder Drake 11 team. Okay, I've been getting a ton of requests from you guys asking me to do higher stages of Elder Drake as well as Steel Widow, but I figured we'll start somewhere and we'll start at just Elder Drake 11 today, teach you guys how to build a free-to-play team around it, not only with the champions themselves, but also with the gear requirements. They're not going to be really that high. Okay, so let's just jump into it. And the first champion that I want to showcase for you guys that is going to be a part of this team is going to be Mojo. All right, now there's a couple different reasons why Mojo is really important to have. He is a 2-star champion for one though, so it's super easy to get him and super easy to skill up his abilities as well. Now his third ability, Wild Boon, is super important because it raises the attack power of all your allies as well as raises the defense. Now for Elder Drake 11, they are going to be doing a ton of damage to you. The boss is going to be doing a ton of damage to you, so having that raises defense buff on yourself at all times is actually super important. Now also you have lowers attack speed, which you can land on the boss as well, and Disorient, which is definitely important. But here's the gear quality that I have on my Mojo. It's really awful. It's really awful. I'm not gonna lie. So the shoulder pad, the glove, and the bracer are all only plus 12. As far as the chest piece, the helmet, and the pendant, they're only plus 9 and 6 even in this situation. I definitely don't recommend bringing this type of gear into Elder Drake 11, but you know what, for me and my team that I'm building, and you guys are also gonna be building as well, it still works. Okay, so obviously the higher gear you have, the quicker the run will be, or maybe the more consistent the run will be. So make sure you guys still are maxing out your gear. Don't just take this and be like, oh, it's good enough, let's do it. Unless you don't have the gear to actually invest into this monster. So aside from that though, I am also going to be using the Manus. And this unit, everybody should be building either way, so you should have this unit already as it is. But here's the stats that I have for him. 71% accuracy, the attack is pretty decent. And as far as the gear is concerned, this one is a little bit higher because I use him in more places than just Elder Drake 11. I use him in like Blitz as well as Steel Widow and mostly just PvE content really. But he has HP percent, attack percent, and his gear is pretty much maxed out. And it really shouldn't take you guys that much gold in order to max it out, especially if you're already farming Elder Drake 10. You should be able to acquire gold pretty quickly just by farming that dungeon alone. Okay, the third unit that I'm gonna bring into this free-to-play Elder Drake team is going to be the Zircon. Okay, Crystal Priest had its like debut way back when the game first came out, and he's actually now relevant again for Elder Drake 11. So he has defense plus 47, it's plus 12, defense and HP. And this isn't even leveled up, guys. Okay, I was thinking about leveling up this gear before I started this video, but then I was like, you know what? This team does work fine. So maybe if I don't level up the gear, you guys can have a little bit more hope that you guys can also make this team as well. So like I said, the gear requirements are extremely low, but he has high resistance. The HP isn't even that high, defense isn't even that high, but that's what I'm working with here. The fourth monster that you guys are gonna bring is the Katsuko. This is a 3-star fire magical girl, and if you guys were playing during the event, you guys should all have at least one 3-star fire magical girl, and her skills are very important as well. She has this Queen of Hearts, which blesses the allies, protected magic, absorbing incoming damage, incoming attacks. So it just basically just protects your team. Okay, it's really important to protect your team. Like I said, if you don't protect your team enough, you will get one-shot by the boss every single time. Okay, you also have the raised defense, so if Mojo happens to not have his up, you have yours up. And then also the slow and the stun. This doesn't really help too much on the boss, but the ongoing damage definitely does. Okay, it doesn't help as much as like normal bosses would be, anything 10 and below, but for Elder Drake 11, it still helps quite a bit. I didn't say why Zircon was really important, but you definitely need the immunity buff against this boss as well. Regeneration always is never a bad thing. A little extra healing, but mainly the immunity is the main thing from Zircon. And then this, a couple different things. The ongoing damage is super important. The heal as well, and then the mortal wounds is pretty nice, I suppose. And then the last champion that I bring with this group is definitely a champion that I have some really, really great gear on, but I think it'll still work even without as good of gear as I have on her. And it's Rota, so you guys mostly should all have this unit built as well already, because she's pretty important for like just even Elder Drake 10. So you guys should be able to just take your Rota from Elder Drake 10, move it into Elder Drake 11, and you should have some very similar results. So I have mine 38% accuracy. You probably want a little bit higher accuracy than that. 1.35 additional attack speed is really high. The attack is where it's at as well. 100% crit rate. And the HP is okay. You probably want yours to have a little bit more HP than mine does, but mine's more just built for like pure damage. So here I have attack speed for the shoulder pads. I have crit rate for the glove, and then attack for the bracer. You guys could probably build yours on crit damage glove if you have better gear than I do. And this is a unit that you definitely want to max out the gear on if possible. Okay, so those are the 5 units that I'm going to be bringing. Again, they're all free to play, 3-star and below, and you guys should be able to have them fully max skilled as well pretty easily as well. But let's go ahead and bring them into the Elder Drake 11 here, and that's this light stage. All right, so here's the lineup. Like I said, we have Manus, Mojo, Zircon, Rota, and Katsuko? Yes, Katsuko. I always just call her Fire Magical Girl. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit battle, and we'll take a look and see exactly how we do. All right. So I went ahead and skipped the intro there, but as far as the first waves of the dungeon, you guys really shouldn't have that much troubles with it. Unless your gear that you have, your gear quality on your champions is really extremely low, you guys should definitely be able to get past all these stages without losing a single unit. If you do happen to lose a single unit during this boss stage, then you may want to like rethink even trying to do Elder Drake 11 at this point. Like go back to Elder Drake 10 if you have a solid team for that, or try to put up some more some better gear on the units that you're using for this team. You can also switch out some of these monsters, of course, for different 5-star units and stuff if you guys have better units. I just like to make videos on the free-to-play champions, so that way when you guys are building your team, you know, okay, I have a better option for this unit, I have a better option for that unit, and then you can kind of mix and match in between. So like when I typically play my Elder Drake 11 outside of the video, instead of using the Fire Magical Girl, I actually use a Water Siege Tower instead. You can actually use any Siege Tower when it comes down to it, but that's instead of the Fire Magical Girl. It gives me a little bit more dots, and it makes the runs a little bit faster. So honestly though, during this first wave of the boss, you really shouldn't lose any monsters either here. It's not until after he gets like more enraged, after he flies away and comes back, then at that point you might have like one time where he could just literally completely wipe out your monsters. And hopefully that doesn't happen in this situation, but it is a possibility. And if that happens, you guys want to just make sure that you have a little bit more defense and a little bit more HP. But all in all, you should always have your buffs up, so that shouldn't be a problem during that part of the boss. But as you can see, he's flying around. I don't think anybody at this time is able to beat the boss before he flies away for Elder Drake 11. Correct me if you guys have seen somebody do it. I have not personally. But I don't even know if it's possible, to be completely honest with you. It's still hard to do that on Elder Drake 10 sometimes, actually. So here's where it gets a little dicey when he does this big thing, but I had a ton of defense up. I also had the Magical Girl that was helping me out there, reducing some of that attack damage that was coming in. And at this point, we should be in a really good spot. He's not going to really do too much more damage that's going to wipe out my entire team. If he does, he might kill one unit, and I'll still have enough to take out the rest of the boss. So as you can see, the ongoing damage did pretty well. The Rota was there for the extra damage as well. But aside from that, a 2-minute 52-second run is really not that bad for Elder Drake 11. And I have, you know, the ability now to farm some better gear as opposed to just only being able to farm Elder Drake 10. And hopefully you guys can make something from this team as well. If you do, if you have any other suggestions, go ahead and drop your comments down below. If this helped you out, definitely leave a like. And if you guys haven't played Dungeon Hunter Champions before, definitely go ahead and download it using the link in the description. You guys can download it for your iOS, Android, and your PC version as well. So it's super fun. You can play it wherever you're at. And aside from that, again, thank you so much to Gameloft for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay soupy, don't be potatoes, and I will see you guys next time. All right, peace.
So please, if you're out there, will you hear